Yeah. So as part of last class, right? So we were doing the serialization, correct?
Right.
So serialization means we are trying to read the object from the heap and we are trying to save into some file system.
Right.
So so for that, what we are doing, we are implementing the serializable marker interface, and we are trying to get the serialization version ID also.
Right.
Okay, this is just kind of reference ID for us. And the purpose of serializable interface is just to, it's a kind of marker interface and it don't have any methods. It's an empty interface. So because of this implementation only, JVM will allow to do this duplicate operations, meaning trying to copy the object from the heap. Otherwise, JVM will not allow this kind of activities.
Right.
Okay. Now, say for instance, now what is happening? So whatever fields is there inside your, whatever fields are available inside your customer class. So everything it is, we can able to save into the file system and we can able to read it. Correct?
Right.
All the fields. Right now we have three fields: name, email, and account number. All these three fields we can able to save into the file system and also we can able to read it back. Correct?
Right.
So now if I will run this program, so basically we saved this file yesterday, correct?
Right.
Still if I run this program, so I can able to read the object. The object was created yesterday, but still I can able to read it. So let me run it. Still I can able to read the value and I can able to get the value, correct?
Right.
So the object was created yesterday. We can able to read it and we can able to get the value. So now the second question is, say for instance, some of the information is confidential, meaning some password and some, let me add one more field called password, private string password. So this is very confidential information, and private string SSN number. So these are the some of the confidential information I don't want to save into the file system.
Okay.
Correct? Even though you are providing the value, but still I don't want to save these two fields into the file system. So to avoid these scenarios, what we have to do, we have to make these fields as a static. So this is one way to avoid the scenarios, and another way is volatile. So for both are working like almost similar, but there is a slight difference.
What is it? Volatile?
Yes, volatile. So both are will work like a same, but there is a slight difference. We will see that difference. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to regenerate the constructor and toString method with these values. Okay.
Okay.
So let me regenerate the constructor first. So name, email, account number, and SSN number. And now I'm going to regenerate the toString method. Security generate toString method. So this is the toString method. So here name, email, account number, SSN number. Also I want to display. So here it's not generated. I want to display password also. So to display the password, so let me add like this. So here
Why did you generate? It shouldn't be automatic. It should be automatic, right?
yes, it is not generated basically. Let me regenerate it again because this is a static field, right?
Right.
So because of that, I think it is not, Eclipse is not able to generate. Generate hash code and equals. If you see here, right, there is no password field here.
Right. Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to add manually.
Okay.
Okay, now I included password also, correct? So now we have a static field and we have a volatile field. So let me go back. Let me regenerate the file again back with these values. So I'm going to comment out the reading part. First, what I want to do, I want to create the file by providing the values. Okay, now, so this is done. So now the constructor is modified, correct? So what is the first argument? Name, email, account number, and SSN number. Name, email, account number, and SSN number. Let me give some SSN number format. So this is my SSN number. Okay. And the password, right, it is a static field. So you are not able to assign as part of object. So static field is not part of your object. It is a separate. It is part of your class. So that's what, because static field is not part of an object, so you are not able to assign directly as part of constructor. Because of static, you can able to access the static fields without creating an object also. Correct? Why? Because it is not part of an object. Correct?
Okay.
C dot. So now let me try to add here. I think static fields we can able to. The static fields you are not able to assign, but still we can able to assign by using class name here. What is the class name? Customer, right? Customer
Mhm.
dot. So this is a private field, right? So just to assign the value, what we had to do, we had to generate setter getter for this field. So why? Because this is a private field. So we, for static fields, we are not able to assign values by using the constructor. So we have to write one simple setter getter. So let me generate setter getter only for password field. So because that is a private field, so you are not able to assign directly. So now password field you can able to access it. Now go back here. So this is clear, right? Why I am doing only for password?
Yeah,
So why?
but
Yeah, yeah, tell me.
there are confusion on here. But I actually didn't get to visit the yesterday's video.
Uh-huh.
Mm, can you go back to the other part that you
Yeah. So I
that
will explain you what is this. Yeah. So this today what I did, I included two more fields.
right? These are the private field, and that will be and top of that is static. Since it is a static, I cannot access it from the different class.
You can able to access for yes, if it is a private, you are not able to access. Correct.
Right. And then now you're using a different format in that case to access that particular field in a different class, correct?
Correct. Yes. So now I am assigning the values by using the constructor, except password. Why? Because password is not part of an object. Why? Because this is a static.
Okay.
So password is a static, so it is not part of an object. So it will be saved into a separate location. As part of class, this variable is available. We
Okay.
need to assign the value. So to assign the value, what I did, I created a setter getter method. So because by using setter, I am assigning the value. See, now I assign the password, SSN number, and what is this? Account number, email, and name. So I assigned all the values, correct?
Right.
So now let me print the values also. Sysout customer value. Customer. C. Okay. Before writing the data into the file system, I'm printing the customer information.
Right.
Okay. So far it's clear, right? Just
Correct.
we added 2 more fields and we are trying to print the value. Mustafa, you have any questions?
No.
Okay, fine. If you have any question, just ask me. We will discuss. Okay, now what I'm trying to do, I'm going to regenerate the file with the new object. Okay, now let me run it. See what is saying, object write is done. And if you see the values, right, what is the name? ABC, email, account number, and some SN number and password, correct? So our object is having all the values, correct?
Right.
So object write part is done. So now if you see here, right, just refresh it. So if you see the date of your file, so you will see today's date. See, today is 28 and 6:18 a.m. So this is my system time, 6. So meaning file got regenerated, correct?
Right.
So now I will try to read the values by commenting out all these lines. So now I commented the right part, correct?
Right.
Now I am going to read the value. So let me read it. Yes. So now I am going to read the value from the file system. Let me see. So what are the values we will be getting? Did you see here? Did you get the password here?
Nope.
Password you are not getting. Why? Because it is very confidential information, correct?
Right.
So password is confidential information. So you are not able to save into the file system. So password became null. So this way we can able to skip some of the fields, correct? Why? Because this is a confidential information. I don't want to save into the file system. Even though you're providing the value, but still it is not saving into the file system.
Right.
And if you see here, right, SSN number, it is saving, correct?
Right.
But still I don't want to save this one also.
Okay.
So password we can able to skip, right? Just by writing just by writing volatile, we can able to save, we can able to skip the password, correct?
Right.
So to skip the what is the before field, to skip the static value, what we have to do, we have to make this one as a public. So we should not write the setter and getter, we have to remove it. So now go back here, regenerate the files. So yes, close it, and so I will tell you how to assign the value and how to skip the static fields. So now we should not write this one. So how we can able to assign the value? Customer. So how you can able to access the static field? Password, correct? By using the class name, correct?
Right.
So just by using the class name, I'm accessing the password field, I'm assigning the value. So this is my password. So now I'm going to regenerate the file back again. So customer object is regenerated and with the new values, and it is written into the file system. Okay, so
Mhm.
now I am going to read the values. So just comment out these lines. So now the reading part is completed. Now what I am going to do, I am going to read the values from the file system. So we need to enable this piece of code. Password is the SSN number. Still SSN number. Still it is there, right?
Mhm.
So why? Because so to avoid this one, right, what we have to do, we have to write a separate class. Why? I will tell you. So whenever you are loading the class, right? So this is a heap, correct?
Right.
And this is your customer class. So whenever you are running main program, right? So this customer object will be created inside heap, correct?
Mhm.
And customer also having some of the static fields, correct?
Right.
So whenever you are running main program, the static fields will be saved into different portion. It is not part of object.
Right.
Why? Because static fields will not be saved into the heap. It will be saved into different location. Because static field is not part of your object. So whenever you are running the class, right, main class, from starting line to still ending line, so these static fields are available because these are class variables.
Correct.
So that's what whenever you are trying to display the customer object, it is getting the static field. But
Mm.
this static field is not coming from the file system. It is coming from the class variable. So to avoid this situation, what we had to do, so we had to write another simple class. So let me write just to only for reading purpose, we have to write manager client 2. So if you write another class, what will happen, so whenever first manager class is executing, the class variable, the static variable will be initialized with the password, correct? Once execution is done, so this value will be removed from the this place, correct?
Right.
So whenever we are running manager 2, so we are reading the values from the file system, correct?
Right.
So as part of manager 2, we are not assigning any value. There is no static field value. Why? Because it's already cleared, correct? As part of manager 1.
Hmm.
So then you will not get the static value. Now if we see in our console, right? So still we are getting the SSN number. We should not display, right?
Right.
So volatile, it is, we are not able to say volatile variable, we are not able to say, it is displaying null, correct?
Mhm.
But still we are giving the value, but still it is not saving into the file system because it is a volatile variable. Static variable also, it will not be saved. So now we are going to write
Okay.
separate program which will read the data from the file system. It is clear, right, so far?
Yeah.
So static and volatile variable will not part of serialization. So that is the main purpose. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to regenerate the file or try to read from here. So this is a reading part. Now let me regenerate it again one more time. Object creation is done. Close. Now go back here. I for still it is trying to get the value. So let me delete the file. Let me regenerate it. So it's regenerated, and all the values, password, SN number. If you read the values, so it will display password is blank, the SSN number it is trying to read. See here, what is the password I'm assigning? It's a default variable, right? So let me
Right.
go back here. Password here. I'm going to assign some default values. Just
Hmm.
give the default value. So just we will see the difference between what is the volatile variable. So I'm giving 999. So did you see I provided some default values for static and volatile, some default values.
Right.
Now go back here and regenerate the file. It's regenerated, and the values are, if you see here, what is the SSN number, what is the password. So let me copy and save into the file system just for this our understanding purpose. Now go back here and try to read the values. So did you see password what you are getting here? 77, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But the original password what we assigned, this is the one.
Mm.
So meaning this is the basic difference between static and volatile. So volatile variable will be saved the default value whatever you are providing. So it will not say whatever you are providing. The value will be saved into the file system, the default value. It's useless, right? Default value. The
Okay.
original password is this is the one,
This one.
but it is
Mm.
not saving the file system. It is saving some default value.
Okay. So it's just automatic trigger, right?
Yes, yes, yes. It's no use, right? The default value is no use.
Mm.
So
Okay.
that is the basic difference between the static and volatile. So volatile value will be saved as a default value.
Mm.
So, but the original password whatever I given, so that is not saving to the file system. So this way we can able to skip the fields.
Mm. Okay.
So whenever you are trying to save confidential information, if you are trying to do the serialization, then what we have to do, we have to make that field as a volatile. So then you are not able to save that values into file system.
Right.
So that only you can able to set the value and you can able to get the value. But this value will not be saved into the file system. So when now still if you are trying to save the value, it will be saved the default value. So default value you can give some invalid value, maybe 00 something like that. So it will be saved 00 into the file system, but original value it will not save. So that is the way by using this volatile keywords we can able to avoid the sending confidential information to the file system. So this is clear, right?
Right.
So this is the way to provide the security for your data. So now we will see some different topic. I'm going to create a new Java project. We will see now some of the JDK5 features. So JDK5 is having a new and different and very useful features. Okay, now JDK is having JDK4 and JDK5. There is a lot more differences are there, and there is so many useful features are available. So we will see one by one feature. Okay.
Okay.
So now let me close these files. And let me create a new. The package name I'm going to give com dot test dot enhanced for loop and enhanced for loop manager. Okay, so I'm going to write a new class. So first we will see, so far how we are writing the for loop. For I equal to 1,
0.
0, for I equal to 0, I less than some length or something, and I plus plus, correct, and we are printing the value, correct.
Right.
So far we are writing the value like this, meaning so integer all equal to, if we have some integer value, so to print the values, what we are doing, for I equal to, for
I equal to 0.
for integer I equal to 0, I less than all dot length I plus plus. After that what we are doing, we are printing the values, correct.
Right.
So this is the way we are writing the for loop so far, correct.
Right.
And we can able to see all the values. So here we have to write all of I. So now if you print the values, you will get the elements. See here, you can able to see all the values, right?
Mhm.
33, 23, and some 32,000 something, correct?
Mhm.
So in JDK, this till JDK 1.4, we are doing like this. In JDK 1.5, so this loop got redefined. This loop got redefined. So this is the common steps, right? For I equal to 0 and all less than length I plus plus. This is the common steps, right? Everybody know, right? For
Right.
past so many years we are writing this one. So in case of JDK 5, what they did, they redefined the loop. How they redefine integer I colon all. So this one not for each. And this for each is available only in JDK 5. If you see here, there is error. Did you see that? What is the error? For each statements are only available if source level is 1.5 or greater than. So right now my JDK version is might be 4. So I'm not able to write this for each. So let's just go back here and let's see. Let me see the JDK version. See what is my JDK version? 1.4. So in 1.4, this for loop, enhanced for loop is not available. So we have to increment the JDK version to 5 or 6. So now the compilation error is gone. Now see the difference between this for loop and this for loop.
Right.
So now,
But
yeah,
yeah, so instead of I'm writing the int I equals 0 and I less than all dot length, so I'm just writing it that integer I
colon
colon
and
all.
yes, then it will give the values. Let me comment out the old for loop and let me execute the new for loop. So
Okay.
this is called enhanced for loop and it is a new feature available in only JDK 1.5.
Hmm. Okay.
So here you no need to write all dot length I plus plus. So all these values, all these conditions will be saved. It is not required. So this is called enhanced for loop and it is available only from JDK 1.5 onwards.
Hmm.
It's clear, right?
Right.
So this is very important. If you go for interview, they will ask. If you say I know JDK 1.5, then they will ask you, tell me the some new features of JDK 5. Then we have to give. This is one of the best feature.
Hmm.
Okay, and still there are some other features also is there. We will see one by one.
Okay.
Okay, now the second feature is, let me create another class. So this is clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mustafa, this is clear, right? I think you know all those things, but just okay. Yeah. Let me go to some other feature. Static import com.test dot. Yeah. So far, if you want to print something into the console, what we are doing? System.out.println, right?
Right.
So here writing here one. So if I want to write one more statement, one more time, we are doing this way, right?
Right.
So why
But,
we are repeating always this same statement? We are repeating same piece of code again and again, right?
right. But can you do it this way? It's like one and then forward slash n, which is takes the second line.
No, so if you print it right, it will display in different lines. It will
Right.
not display in same line. So I will tell you why. It will not display in one line. It will display in three lines. Why? Because if you see right, if you display print ln, ln
Right.
means new line. If you display just print, then it will display in one line.
Right.
Now it will display in one line. Print
Right.
method will be display the data in one line. See here, 111, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that is the basic difference between print and println.
Right. But what I was saying it, what
Hmm.
I was doing, instead of writing a three different line, can
Hmm.
I write it like a one
Hmm.
within that, right? Forward slash n. What
That
it?
is whatever you said correct. But based on the condition, I'm display. Just assume this is based on one condition. This is
Okay.
another. So in that case, we are not able to write in one statement, right?
Right.
But so in that case, we are not able to write in one statement. But still, I'm repeating the same lines again and again. Correct?
Right.
Can we eliminate the same piece of code? Right? So in JDK 1.5, we have a concept called static imports. So what is the purpose of the static imports? Import static system dot out. See, this system class is available in java.lag package. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
inside the system class, out is a static field. You want to see here? See, out is a
Static.
static field, right? So out is a static field, so I can able to access directly by using the class name, correct? Object is not required, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to import the out field just by using directly without by using class name. I'm importing the class as a static. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this one. See, I'm not rewriting the system. I saved three words, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is called as a static import. So because of this, you no need to repeat same word again and again. So now if you can run it right, see, now you can able to print the data. Correct?
That.
Yeah, you have any question?
Yes, I do have a question. I'm not exactly getting the advantage of it. What is the advantage between sys out print in and the out dot print in.
Mm-hmm.
Exact.
Okay, so this is a 2 and this is a 3.
Right.
Okay. So if you want to print the values, if you don't have the static import, what you have to do? You have to write system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println, correct?
Yeah.
So this is the old way to print the values. Okay, if you print like a system dot out dot println, we are repeating system keyword 3 times.
Right.
It's the same keyword why we are repeating again and again. Can we save some coding or some line of code just by using static imports?
Okay.
So now if you see here, so you no need to import the system, you no need to write system 3 times, correct? We are importing 1 time and you can use n number of times the system out keyword.
Okay.
So that is the main purpose of static imports. And I will
Okay.
give another example also. Yeah, tell me.
No, I said okay.
Now it
But
is, yeah.
what I was referring,
Mhm.
for instance, how would I put it? So this is a new feature that I'm seeing it. I'm putting in the importing the jar is a static, right?
Correct,
Sys
yes.
right? And then I'm instead of writing the sys out, I just writing the abbreviating the word in a method is like out.println. But the concept is remaining the same. I'm still printing the 3 different line.
Yeah, that will print, yes. That
Okay.
is a
So
feature.
okay.
That is a println method feature. That is a println method feature.
Okay. Okay.
If you want to access print method, you can able to access it. You can able to access all the methods, whatever it is available, out method.
Okay.
So now if you print it, it will come in three
Okay,
different
less
line.
than 1 minute showing. Is that my one or your one?
What is Mustafa? What tell you?
In the beside the recording, less than 1 minute it's showing. So you will be disconnected.
Yes, we will disconnect. Why? Because I forget to renewal this one, so it will be disconnected. We will connect back again one more time.
Okay. Okay. I think it is mine. Okay.
Yes, it is for everyone.
Okay.
It's for everyone. So it will be disconnected after 1 minute. We will connect again back.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So this is clear, right? The static import.
Right.
So I will give one more example also. Say for instance, if you want to calculate a round math dot seal, so you can give here some double number. So there is a function, there is a class called math. So this math is available in the java.lang.package. So this is a class and it is available under java.lang.package. So math is a class and this is having one method called seal. So what
Mhm.
it will do, if you pass any number, so it will make it round and it will give back to you. So let me print the value. Now why don't want to use system, correct? Just I can use directly out.println.
Mhm.
So now I,
You need one more bracket.
yes, I, yes, now I get one more bracket.